Hey, this is a quick insight into the CSDDD. In this video, I'm going to tell you what is the CSDDD about, what is the timeline, and my personal recommendation for you. So, let's start. What is the CSDDD? The Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive is yet another regulation for large companies. In general, it requires companies to bring more transparency and more accountability throughout their value chain. At this point, I'm not going to go much more into detail because at the time of the recording, the CSDDD is not completely finalized yet. But as soon as it's going to be finalized, we will share more information on this in the Atlas Zero Navigator. So you can be sure that we will have all the necessary information about the regulation. And we already talked to companies that slowly to start preparing for the directive. So you can be sure that we will have more conversations about how they are approaching it and how they actually going to implement it at the end. What I can already tell you is the timeline, that this is going to be step by step, and from 2027 on, it's companies with over 5,000 employees and a net turnover that is more than 1,500 million euros. Then in 2028, it's going to be companies with over 3,000 employees and over 900 million in turnover. And from 2029 on, it's then companies with over 1,000 employees and a turnover of more than 450 million euro. And this is then also going to be the last step. So in general, all companies with over 1,000 employees and turnover that is more than 450 million euro must then comply with the CSDDD. So about the recommendation, and although this is not finalized yet, I think the approach is always pretty much the same, especially because the CSDDD is going to overlap with some other regulations, especially the CSRD. So companies can really already start to prepare for that. And the general idea of bringing transparency and making companies accountable for their value chain, I think is quite obvious. So companies can already start to slowly prepare for that. And yeah, this is also part of what we want to help with in the Navigator, that we really help companies to dive into the topic, to understand it, to show other companies and how they're dealing with it and how they overcome challenges. And I really believe that if you start to dive into the topic and then you can understand the topic, it's going to be more easy for you to then make educated decision on how you want to implement this and how you want to align your company strategy to then include also the CSDDD as well as all the other regulations. I hope this was helpful and gave you a quick insight into the directive and what to expect. And yeah, we will make sure to publish more content on this as soon as we have more information. But if you have any questions in the meantime, please feel free to reach out and let us know.